Leo's Legion, your three down bros here for the season of 2025 with your BC Lions. Greg, Arthur, and Roland will be talking the preseason. We will be predicting and prognosticating. So let's get this kicked off now. Lions fans, the 2025 preseason is in the bag. The regular season is upon us, and your three down bros here, Roland, Arthur, and Greg, are here to wrap up the preseason with opinions and some feedbacks, predictions on what we are going to do as a team, and what we here feel will be all-stars, MOPs, MVPs, and maybe even Grey Cup champions. So, hey guys, three down bros here with you, Roland, Arthur, and Greg. Let's kick this off, guys.
Yeah, nice to be back. So exciting to be back to another CFL season. Seems like we've been waiting for quite a few months, so I'm really excited about this. So if you're joining us today online, please feel free to join in with the chat. Just use the YouTube chat, and we can see what you type in, and then we could respond to you. So whether you agree or disagree with anything that we say, or you want to just add in your own thoughts, feel free to do that.
Yeah, it's great to have football back. Especially since we're not Edmonton Oilers fans in Canada. Well, definitely us three. So it's nice to be back talking another sport, and hopefully a better result for the Vancouver-based team. Mm-hmm. Craig.
Definitely. I'm still trying to get that taste of the way last year ended. I mean, we had such high hopes with the Grey Cup here in town, and it's just like, flat on our face. Yes. Now we've got new hope with a new regime, new coach in Buck Pierce. And as we've been seeing on all the little podcasts with the Lions social media, we've got a new attitude, hopefully, like just good, hard, aggressive, tough, physical football. Yeah. And can't wait to see that first kickoff less than a week.
Yeah, that's what I'm really excited to see. I mean, we saw in the first preseason game, our first, 5 or 6 plays were all runs, right? And we've never seen that before.
That must have made you happy.
So, and they were successful runs too, right? So, like in the past, we're used to seeing, 2 runs end in a 2 and out, right? But we actually were able to get first downs with runs. So I think that tells me that, what Buck Pierce and Rick Maiden has been preaching all along is for real, right? So I'm excited to see that actually translate into the full season.
Oh, absolutely! I hope we just see some good smash mouth football and something. I just want to see something different. I mean, that predictability as we tossed it around so much last year. Yuck. I want to see some runs. I want to see some throws. I just want to see, what did they call it, Arthur? First downs.
Making first downs on first downs.
First downs. And on the second preseason, I couldn't catch the whole thing, but there were some young guys who were hitting hard on the defense on that second preseason game. So I mean, I'm sure they were fighting for a spot on the roster, but still, that was a fresh. It was nice to see.
Well, Roland, you were halfway around the globe, and hey, don't feel bad. A lot of us right here in Canada couldn't see it either because, don't even get me started on the CFL. What did they call it, Arthur? CFL Plus?
Plus, that's right.
Yeah, CFL Minus. Do you hear me, Mr. Commissioner? CFL Minus. Please get to work on that. If you want to sell this game in this country to fans like us and many others, fix it.
Yeah.
That's all I'll say about that.
Speaking about halfway around the world, Arthur is still on the other side of the world, Arthur, right?
Mm-hmm.
Coming to you live
from Hong Kong.
Yeah, that's dedication, bro.
That's a loyal Lions fan.
Yeah, what I didn't see from the old regime to the new regime was a pass rush. Honestly, I mean, I know Betts wasn't playing, Tehema was, well, he's going to be suspended for the first couple of games of the season. And he wasn't playing, so they need some pressure.
Yeah.
And I didn't see that. Only time they got anywhere near our quarterback was when they blitzed. So not a good sign so far. But again, it's just preseason.
And none of our starting four was playing, right?
Yeah, I mean, they I don't even think Covington played as well. Yeah, so those guys up front were probably getting quite tired. I mean, there were like some second stringers. Well, they have two kind of like two units, and then so essentially, if the first unit's not playing, then that third unit's playing. They just couldn't get much happening.
Yeah,
I think that's how Edmonton was able to come down for that winning touchdown in preseason game number 2. Right?
Well, I mean, they had their second string linebackers and secondary in for. I was just checking it, like maybe over half the game. So the last two series in the last 4 minutes of the game, they just scored 2 touchdowns to win the game. So
it's I agree with you. It's good and bad. Good in the sense that it wasn't our first string line, so the fact that they couldn't apply pressure isn't too big of a warning bell. But the bad part is that we still expect a higher output from our second stringers, right? Our second stringers should be able to line up toe to toe with the opposing team's second stringers, and we didn't. So that was bad.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that call to limit the forward progression, and then that was Lewis's strip, and then his run for a touchdown was called back. I didn't like that. The subsequent series, I think it was second and down was a illegal contact on a receiver that extended a drive. I don't know. I thought the refs were in preseason mode refs as well.
Yeah.
Well, do they cut refs? I wanted to look into that. Do they cut refs? Like, are there refs that don't make the grade and they don't get to do games? Or do they get just relegated to doing Lions home games? Well, hang on, it's starting a little early here. Sorry.
10:30 p.m. Eastern start. That's where you go as the lowest ranked ref. Yeah. Well, no, I would say, Greg, and you know what I'm going to say is, as long as we get those calls in the playoffs, I don't mind giving up those calls in preseason.
Yeah.
No, not at all. And I mean, like Buck said in his presser, and Roland said it too, is good and bad, because the good, you've only got 2 games to evaluate everybody and get your starters up to speed and get them going. And thus is the nature of our sport up here north of the border. So he got his evals, he got his roster to where he says he wants it, and to where he says him and Ring Maiden built it. So I guess the proof will be in the pudding come Saturday.
Yeah. And one big thing, Pickett is now playing fullback.
He's our new David Mackey. He's a big guy, though. I mean, he's what did our good old line coach used to say? He's got a good body. He's got a football body. I mean, the guy's not small. So I mean, if he learns to run like a fullback, hey, who knows?
Yeah, he caught a catch, right? Was it one or more than one catch in the preseason?
He might have caught a couple.
Yeah.
Oh, he's pushing Pearson, eh?
Yeah.
Well, based on position, I think he might end up having more catches this season.
True.
Well, it's not bad having a long snapper as your fullback, right?
Yeah. Actually, before long snapper, he was on the D-line.
Yeah. So it's good to have that depth. Good to have someone that wears many hats.
Yeah.
Just in case of injury.
Let me toss this out to you before I forget. Arthur, you said you didn't see between old regime and new regime much of a pass rush, like the change in that. Did we see enough change where and I know we beat it like a dead horse, did we see enough change up front on the O-line between old regime and new regime? Because again, I know they played a lot of second stringers and plug and played some of the odd first stringer here, but then when you're playing a first stringer with second and thirds, that cohesive chemistry is not going to develop or not even going to be there at all.
I mean, chemistry is another thing that we'll see how it comes along. But I would say is the attitude and the kind of overall, they want to impose physicality, and I thought we saw more of that as a collective unit. So I would say physicality is not just the running back, going through the hole, and then being tough. They want everyone on the field to be tougher. Yeah. You know, whether it's you engaging a block, pushing that block, and then or supporting the run carrier. So, and I saw more of that. So that was a pleasant surprise. See, you know, when a running back gets stood up, then you get the push from behind.
Yeah.
Roland's favorite NFL plays. The tush push, right? You get that collective push a lot, you know, and then that's what I saw more is the running attack is more together, and they're supporting each other.
Yeah.
So I think I like that, and I saw that. That was very evident, and then I think they're going to build on that.
Yeah.
Good.
And Rourke passed 8 for 8, right? And before
he looks like he hasn't missed a beat.
So
from, you know,
I mean, I think he got the ball out quickly too, but you know, how was the protection? I mean, if he got it out quickly, it's hard to tell how good the protection was, right?
Well, he didn't go deep.
Yeah. So it's all short throws. So
yeah, short throws. But that's okay. It's preseason, right? Just when you get your timing down.
Yeah.
You're not going to open yourself up.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if we got to see enough of the pass blocking from the O-line.
Yeah.
Our punter Meyer has quite a leg. He was out kicking our coverage team. So they need to adjust. I mean, it's great that he can kick so far, but we need to you know, hustle up and get down there faster.
Well, with all due respect to our past punter, I would rather see a punter outkick coverage and have to adjust down than wonder if when we need a big booming punt, if it's going to go off the side of a foot for 23 yards. I mean, I'm happy to see a big booming kick because that you can at least tweak versus consistency. So,
yeah. And this is another. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but this is what I noticed so far as special teams is I think that it seems like it's taken a step back from last year in terms of the
coverage. Oh,
yes.
Yeah. But again, you've got a lot of young guys trying to make the team, and that's where they're going to be, right? Got to be hungry.
I saw a lot of defensive starters. I saw a lot of defensive starters. I'm just going to second.
Yeah.
There. Ethan. Yeah. Anyways, so a lot of defensive starters were on the field for those cover teams. And they didn't have. I mean, I'm sure they had raw rookies, but they had a lot of starters. So we'll see. I mean, again, new special teams coordinator. So there's going to be some growing pains.
Does Benny drop back down there too? I'm just asking.
No. He needs to get that defense. That's more important.
But you know what? On special teams too, that's all the chaotic. I mean, you're flying around. That's the most unpredictable area of the game is special teams. That's where, you know, the weird block can happen, the roll up on the, I mean, so maybe our defensive starters would just kind of keep it in check to make sure they made it to game one. I'm trying to be optimistic here.
I mean, if the kicker is out kicking the coverage team, it's hard. They're not set up, or they're not set up at the right place because they didn't run far down enough, and so the return team is able to set up their blocks easier if the guys who are coming down to make the tackle are 15, 20 yards away, right? And by the time the ball carrier gets there, he's already had a running start too. So hopefully that's something that they can adjust to, knowing that Meyer can kick quite a bit further. That their target for where they're going to set up needs to be deeper, right? And they need to hustle and get there faster too. So
just get some hang time under the ball to give them time to get down there too. Yes.
Yeah. How about the returner? I see on the internet a lot of people are pretty keen on Jackson, our returner. I didn't see any of his returns. I don't know if any of you got to see any of his returns.
Greg, do you see any of that?
Oh, I saw in the first game we saw some.
I thought just sitting beside you for the past 2 years or 3 years and knowing how much anguish you have every time the returner is
it's a
picking
new
up the
season. I'm
ball.
trying to be a different guy.
I thought the returners were doing more of what you would want.
A little bit.
I see them taking that vector. I do see them going lateral, more like quicker to go lateral versus I have to go upfield and then I do a cut out
into the crowd.
Yeah, like I'm going to go up 5-10 yards and then I'll cut to the sideline versus you want them to take the vector immediately upon catching the ball.
Well, I'm trying to soften on my stance a little bit.
You're going to soften your stance.
Just a little. Just a little.
Come on, not everyone is like Gizmo Williams, okay?
No, that's true. That's true.
You can't just like take it and go wide and then burn everyone.
Well, that's a Hugh Campbell turf. But anyway, I do like the fact that he was not, from what I saw, not brought down with one arm. His running's a little more aggressive than previous returners. I will try to stay positive. It looks a lot more promising than returners in the past.
Yeah.
But again, it's preseason. I can't wait to see what happens on opening kickoff.
Yeah.
And he's a Jackson 5, right? He's one of the brothers, right? Jermaine, Tito, whatever it is. He's gonna have some moves out there, right?
Yeah.
You'd hope so.
They
hopefully he's more Michael than Latoya, okay?
Yeah. But he seemed as a receiver because he got a couple of series in as a receiver too. Yeah. He looks pretty good, but he still looks like that Rick Campbell mold of returner, the little tiny little scat guy. But I guess that's pretty much returners across the CFL. You got to be quick, but he also looks, besides quick, he looks fast, which I haven't seen here in a while.
Yeah, so I think there's optimism on the return game. I think the coverage teams will see what happens. Hopefully, yeah.
And Awe on middle linebacker, I think he made 5 tackles before he went out of the game in the second preseason, right? How did he look?
I personally didn't see any plays on when I clicked on that game that with him in. I think he might have already left by the time I was able to get that site up and running.
Okay.
I think that he looked fine. He looked good. And he didn't play a lot, right? Like maybe a quarter and a bit.
Yeah.
So.
And then Lewis, he seems quite a guy from how he played that second preseason. Yeah.
He's making plays. I think he made the practice roster, or he made, or I think he made at least the practice roster. He's going to hang around.
Yeah. I mean, from what I hear, he's got the right heart, right? That desire. That's what you need, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay.
So let's talk about our quarterbacks.
All right.
Because we're the CFL, and so go our starters, so go our year.
Yes.
I think you said Nate that in our first little pod. Our first.
So we all agreed Nate looks good. Well, mind you, first game he pretty much just did 5 running plays to the running back, and then he was 8 for 8 in the second game. So good. What about the rest of this quarterback room? How confident are you guys if something unforeseen were to happen to Nathan Rourke? If we had to roll with Brice or Masoli for critical games down the stretch or a playoff game?
May I ask one question?
Oh, go ahead, sir.
How are we measuring our feedback here? Are we measuring it in a scale of 1 to 10? How confident we are? Are we measuring it in?
Sure. Let's do that 1 to 10.
10 being completely confident.
Like we got no problem. We can put anyone in there, plug and play. We're going to the cup and winning that thing. That's a 10.
Yeah. That's a
10.
10
would be you had a modern day Doug Flutie back at QB that it's going to win that game. And 0 would be if I was the quarterback and the confidence level to win that game.
Oh, I'll defer. I'll defer this half to Roland.
I guess let's look at them one at a time. Masoli has the experience, but he's rusty. He can. I have confidence that he will make good decisions. If he has to come in to sub out, if for whatever reason Rourke needs to get out of the game, which I hope doesn't happen, but there's the CFL. You need to plan for that. He can probably manage the game. Can he then start the following week and win the next 2 games? I'm not sure. Right. So if he because it's been a while since we saw him in top form. Is he gonna get injured again? I don't know, right? Brice, the first preseason game he didn't look that good. He didn't look good at all. The second preseason game, I didn't catch it, but I think he got a touchdown, right? On the second preseason game.
He kind of overthrew the receiver. The receiver had to get on his horse to haul it in.
Okay.
It looked like a nice touch pass, but I think he kind of overthrew the receiver.
Yeah.
It wasn't that far of a pass, I don't think, but yeah.
Yeah.
He's no Ricky Ray just dropping it in there. It was more Henry Burris, and then the receiver better run fast to catch up to it.
So
Henry Burris.
So my overall, definitely not a 10. So how far below a 10? If Rourke goes all the way, then I'm confident. But
oh no!
But he's
Greg is weeping already.
Hay fever. It's hay fever.
Yeah. If he goes down, then my confidence level is probably around. I would say around a 6.
A 6?
Yeah.
Wow.
6.
Okay.
Wow.
All right.
Based on what I've seen. Now, of course, Masoli can surprise us, and Brice could too, right? I mean, if he shakes whatever is, getting him off his game, because the coaches see something in him. I mean, he's hung around for so long, right? So the coaches do see something in him.
Well, for every Nathan Rourke who makes $600K on the roster, you might need someone who's making far, far, far below that.
Yeah.
Salary cap concerns.
But
all right, Greg, what do you think?
Well, I'll go with Roland's methodology here, and I'll go quarterback at a time. And I thought I'd be spectacle myself today, so I could at least look as intellectual as my 2 compatriots are actually. Brice looked raw to me in that first game. He looked like he couldn't make a decision. He looked very, very unsure, very indecisive. He didn't look like he had a good grasp of the playbook. And he's been here, 3 years now? Is it 3?
Yeah.
And Masoli, I will say with Roland, I mean, battling back from 2 pretty major injuries. I mean, both to the part that is key to his game, and that's mobility. He does look rusty, but he does have that veteran savvy, that veteran calmness. But if we had to go with either of them for, what do we say, at least 2 weeks, say 3, I'm going with like a 2.5.
That's even lower. Okay.
Based on what I saw in the preseason, right? I mean, but again, I will also say they weren't playing behind the top line either, right?
True. Oh, Skull Nation says, "So glad to be back."
Skull Nation.
Nice to have you back. Nice to be back. Okay. So same question, I guess, to Arthur.
Brice looked indecisive when he stepped in the pocket. He double clutches. I think he's maybe going through his progressions. Doesn't look quick. Doesn't think quick. He's not quick on his feet. He's a big guy. So you think he has a big arm. And he probably does, but they're going to come after him.
Yeah.
Like you see a big target like that, they're going to come after him. So he needs to play a little bit more like Cody Fajardo. Use his size, shed those, like, just spin out of those potential sacks. But Cody's faster than him, more mobile on his feet. So I think there's still some development to do, and hopefully he'll get to it.
Yeah.
But like for Brice to come in and win like a key game down the stretch or win a playoff game, I have to say it's pretty low. And until I'm proven otherwise, like you're going these key games in the playoff game, you're going against a really good defense, most likely, right?
Yeah.
So they're going to blitz him. They're going to run blitz him. They're going to throw coverage at him, and he's just going to be like a kind of like, it's going to be tough for him. Masoli has that veteran savvy, but I just don't think he's got that mobility, and mechanically, I just don't think he's throwing. I mean, maybe he's getting used to the protection. He's not planting and throwing properly. He's throwing. I see a lot of throwing off the back foot. Just I don't know. To me, not. And then I was like talking to Roland. I was like, wow, he had a nice long pass, right? So he then surprises me. So
Yeah.
If you're ahead, or you're a tie game and you just need a field goal to win the game in a tight game, I think he can come on, get you into field goal range and potentially kick that, winning field goal.
Yeah.
If Masoli, if he's down by 2 scores, I just don't think he's got it to bring you back from 2 scores down.
Yeah.
Like you'll need like a dynamic quarterback who can make plays on his feet, make some big throws, to in a playoff game where you got really good defenses. Yeah. So my confidence level is like Greg, it's a 3 out of 10.
Why am I always the most negative out of the three of us? Come on, guys. We gotta change something up this season.
And I thought I was being negative at 6.
6 means there's a greater than 50-50 chance you'd win.
Yeah.
Roland's got those orange colored glasses, which I love. I love it.
So again, guys, if you're joining us on the live stream, please drop a chat, and we would love to chat with you, whether you agree, disagree, or you have different thoughts that you wanted to let us know. But to be fair, none of them were playing with their starting receivers.
Exactly.
So maybe it'll be a bit better with the starting receivers. But
Brice went 6 for 8. Against most of the Edmonton starters on defense. Some, I don't know if everyone played.
Yeah.
But then at the end, he got back on the field in the middle of the 4th quarter. They just needed a score.
Yeah.
Just to move the ball. Then you allow Edmonton to score 2 touchdowns the last 4 minutes, take the game. So.
Yeah. So Cam Dukes is now available. What do you guys think? Is he better than either one of our backups?
Or Shea Patterson.
Oh, okay. He's available.
Was Shea Patterson not here at one point?
He was.
Yeah.
But Winnipeg cut him in training camp. I don't know what happened. So I think one or both of them are potential upgrades.
Yeah, because Cam Dukes played when Chad Kelly was out for a few games, right?
The player that shall not be named.
Oh, okay.
You're gonna stir some controversy out there, bro.
So
our loyal subscriber who coined that term may come back and let you know.
But I thought last year he did pretty well, captaining the ship.
Well, so, he beat us the first game of the year.
Yeah.
And he was down, right?
Yep.
We had that massive lead, and then built that massive lead, and then we just somehow we're up 20-6, and then we lost it.
I'm surprised they cut him. What did they have a much better quarterback room? That he's the worst.
Arbuckle. He wins the Eastern Final.
Yeah, but
then wins the Grey Cup.
Yeah, and who's the third one?
Oh, doesn't matter. I mean, it might be salary cap, right?
Okay.
I was just gonna say, quickly.
Yeah. So
Because you're like, okay, Kelly's gonna, like, he's got some ingrown toenail or whatever, so he can't play. And then, so yeah, you'd think that they would, yeah, but I don't know. I guess it's I would say it's salary cap.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe they bring him back at a lower. No, I don't think so.
Yeah,
anyway.
if you get him. So if we bring him in, who do we let go, Masoli or Brice?
I think you'd let go of Masoli.
Yeah.
Just based on upside and age?
Well, I mean, Nate's not like 22 that needs like an older veteran to kind of like mentor him, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I get it. If Nate was really, really young, who has not achieved much in the league, like say a Tre Ford, right? We had a Tre Ford. We need like a older veteran to kind of maybe show him the ways.
Like your favorite player.
Yeah, my favorite player.
Your favorite quarterback.
He might have a big year there.
We'll talk about that a little bit later.
We'll talk about that a little bit later. But yeah, so yeah, and then you invested so much time in Brice.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And then
but
they must see
regime,
something.
No.
Well, I mean, Buck had an opportunity. Buck and Rick Maiden have an opportunity to move on from him. True
enough.
Right, and they moved on from Hollins. So if they can cut Hollins, I think they would have wanted to move on. Hey, Blake.
Blake says, "My guys." Hey, Blake. Nice to talk to you again.
Blake. I told you you'd bring him back by saying that name, you guys. See?
Well, just for Blake, we'll talk about his favorite Winnipeg Blue Bombers then.
Yes, we're very happy to be back. Very happy to be engaging with you again. All right.
So happy to see her. Wow. Okay. I guess all that cosmetic surgery did me so good, guys.
So Roland, is it prediction time?
I guess it is. One more from Blake. If we talk about Zach, I'm out. Okay.
Oh no, come on, Blake. We got to talk about his suspension. At least that was kind of funny wasn't it? Come on, Blake. Zach suspended?
Didn't want to get tested, man. Were you partying with him, Blake? And that's why he didn't want to get off-season drug tested. And
yes. Says, yes, I agree. Hilarious. All right, Arthur. Yeah, you've got some predictions for us.
All right, we're gonna do 3 Rambro style predictions for the upcoming 2025 year. I'm not sure how rapid fire it is. We'll try to keep it moving. We're gonna take turns who answers first, and we're just gonna go with in a snake-like order. So the first question is, what record will the Lions finish with? And my answer is I'm first, Roland second, Greg third, and then next question it'll be Roland first, Greg second, and I'm third. So then the third person has an opportunity to pick something different. And then, so there's an advantage going third, right?
All right.
The Lions will finish 10-8. I'm not as optimistic as CFF.
Yeah,
so
CFF had 12, right?
12-6, man.
Yeah.
So 18. Okay, you guys. Yeah, you guys. It has to be 18 games. So none of this, nothing ties. Other than Well, you can use a tie, Greg, if you want. 10-8.
Why did he call out me?
10-8.
All right, Roland, you're up.
A clean 10-8. Okay.
I mean, I like Blake's and CFF's prediction 12-6. So I'll go with
let me give you a little piece of advice here, Roland, before you answer this question. The Lions play 8 straight weeks, and then they get a bye.
Yeah.
8 straight weeks.
True.
Yeah.
On a new regime.
Yes.
How many of those are home
Just
games?
keep that in mind. New regime, 8 straight weeks without a bye.
I know, and
they get their first bye.
Last year they ran out of gas before that bye.
Exactly.
Right? And people figured out that offense.
Well, I think it'd be this year is the Lions have to get up to speed with this new regime, and then they got this long kind of stretch.
Well, Blake's telling me not to take his advice because he had Tyson Philpott as MOP last year. But I still like.
Hey,
go ahead, Greg.
I was just going to say they did feature Tyson Philpott a lot on that CFL Plus streaming when it went to commercial. Boy, howdy.
Yeah, you know all the players. Can you name? Because we saw it so much time. It's in loop.
Oh, there was McManus of Toronto, both Philpott boys, and Ouellette. Yes. Over and over.
Is it Austin Mack too? Austin Mack.
Was he there? Yeah.
And then Trevor Harris. Harris putting on his helmet. I can just see that he's putting on his helmet. All right, well, Roland.
I'll still go with Blake's 12-6.
12-6. I'm not 16-0. Oh
no,
not 16-0. Sorry, 18-0. Sorry. All right, 12-6. Greg.
11, a strong 11-7. Third, they'll be third.
He's gonna see. This is why third. You just split the difference.
Well, I was gonna say 2 ties, just like you called me out on. I was gonna say 11-4 and 11-4 and 3, 11-5 and 2 maybe, but no, we'll go 11-7. No ties.
All right. Second question.
Okay.
Who will have more passing attempts?
Yeah.
Between Brice and Masoli.
Okay.
For this year.
I guess
Roland's first.
This
passing attempts.
Yeah. So this depends on I guess a couple of things. One is Rourke goes down, and who's
don't say that.
Come on, Roland. Come on, what are you saying?
Well,
you can't do that.
You could be so far ahead at the end in the third
Roland,
quarter. They just put one in to give Rourke a rest.
Oh, okay. That's true. That's
Roland. What are you doing, man?
Oh.
The other possibility is who's going to be playing short yardage, because there might be some trick plays with short yardage where they can pass to, right? Between Brice and Masoli. You
got a 50-50 shot here, guys. Come on.
Pickett's going to take the snap.
Can't be that hard.
Yeah.
We're talking about passing attempts too. It's not even passing completion.
Yeah, I'm going to say Brice. I think the coaching staff will probably put him in more than Masoli.
Greg.
Yeah, I would have to say Brice too, because I think as much as Arthur said, Masoli isn't there for Rourke for the veteran kind of presence. I think he might be there for Brice. So I will say Brice will have more pass attempts.
I would typically want to go counter to you guys, but yeah, I have to go Brice. I couldn't conjure one of you guys go Masoli. That would have been easy. All right,
you guys out in on YouTube in the live stream, let us know your thoughts too on these questions.
Now you can put down those predictions too.
Yeah. See if you guys are as smart as we are.
All right, Greg, you're first. By net receiving yards, who will be the third highest wide receiver in terms of net yards for the Lions?
What a
year?
question. Usually people ask who has the highest.
Third highest.
It's not even second. It's like third.
Well, I mean, you have Justin McInnes, who finished number 1 by a lot, right? So that would be too easy.
And you've got from what all reports say, and from what we've seen on those camp videos, arrow ups, you have a rejuvenated, reinvigorated, and hopefully fully recovered Hatcher.
That's right.
Yeah.
Now,
I don't know.
Now that's why we went number 3.
Yeah. So number 3, if I go with my head, I'm going to say, Buck being Buck. I don't know if he's
I know where this is going.
But I'm going to go with my heart.
My heart. There you go.
My boy Aiden Eberhardt will be the number 3 receiver or better.
I got you. I got enough.
If you're out there, Aiden and family, I'm calling it right here.
Oh, look at the hearts go.
Just before we go, Blake says Sean White, MOP.
Okay.
All right, Sean. All right, Blake, we'll put you down for that. But I don't know if we have. All right.
Okay. So is it your turn, Art?
It is my turn.
Third highest. So we think McInnes and Hatcher will be 1 and 2.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I think you can go something different. Roll. I mean, it could be an injury, right? Could be an injury. Could be one of the other guys has a really good year and pushes someone down.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm not going to go. And no Barry Hill. Or no. I'm going to have to go with Roland's favorite player, Javon Cottoy.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes. So.
But Roland might pick someone else.
No, actually,
the Yak Yard King.
I'm gonna. So I think Barry Hill and Eberhardt will probably get targeted for, maybe some of the deeper throws. But I think Cottoy's going to get a lot of targets because there's been a lot of talk about him being used, in many different situations. So it may be shorter yards, but I think added up because he's going to be targeted a lot more than in previous years. I think he'd come in third overall.
But don't you think he might get more yards than Hatcher, Roland?
Ooh.
This is your boy, Roland. This is your boy.
True. But Hatcher is the veteran. I think Rourke's going to target Hatcher more than if.
All right, I'll have you down as
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I mean, depends. If Rourke's not running for his life and having to check down, Bucks offense, you never know. Might he said he'll do whatever it takes week in, week out to win. The game plan will change, and it will change during, be as fluid as it can. So you never know. Could be your guy.
Yeah.
Could be.
But if
all right, now it's my turn. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
If Hatcher's doing really well, that's what we've seen people reporting, then he's going to get open. So if he's open, Rourke's going to hit him, right?
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like the pick your poison right now. Hatcher, McInnes. It looks on paper, it looks pretty menacing.
Question number 4, and I'm first this time. Lions defensive player who will be a CFL All-star. We cannot put down Matthew Betts because that's just too easy. No freebies on the 3 Down Bros prediction show. I'm first. I'm going to go with Beaulieu. The safety.
Okay. I'm going to go with Awe.
I second
that. This is a CFL All-star.
Yeah, I second Roland, Micah Awe.
He's going to have to beat out some stiff competition at linebacker. You know that.
Beaulieu's going to have to beat out some stiff competition at safety. But no,
Is there much stiff competition at safety?
No, I'm going with Mike Awe. I mean, come on, he's been here how many times now? He's got to make an impression, and he's had that. He's got that X factor that you've been waiting for in a middle linebacker here, Arthur. I mean, he's got the nasty. He can bring the nasty.
Sankey, Thurman, McManus, Nick Anderson.
Yeah, he's a dark horse.
There's a lot of
Right, Ro? He's a dark Mike Awe.
All right, sounds good, guys. All right.
Okay.
The next question, Roland's first.
All right.
Will Cody Fajardo have more passing yards than Tre Ford?
Wow. So Cody's backing up Tre Ford.
Yes.
So for this to happen, that means they pull Tre Ford.
Could be health-wise, because Tre Ford's been knocked out for significant weeks every year.
Unless he's massively changed his style of play, which I kind of don't think he has.
Didn't look like it against the Lions.
Yeah.
Of course, we couldn't stop it either, but that was not with their starters. Sorry.
He never got into the end zone though.
Nope.
Yeah. That's a hard. I want Tre Ford to do well. I want him to do well this year. The big criticism on Ford in the past is that he improvises too much, and it works well when everything's falling apart. But if they've got a good plan and things are not falling apart, then you don't want him to improvise.
You know who the new offensive coordinator for Edmonton is, right?
Yeah.
Mr. Predictability.
So you know how he likes to call offense, right, Roland?
Yeah. So
Do you see Tre Ford as a good fit?
I mean, like I said, I want him to do well. but
so Canadian electoral answer, Roland.
I mean, hey, Cody's a Canadian, isn't he? He's an American.
He's American, I think.
He's American.
No, but doesn't he have that rule? He's considered a national because he's been here so long.
Oh,
there you go. Maybe.
Okay, I'm gonna say Cody.
You're gonna say Cody?
Yeah.
Or are you gonna say Tre?
No, I'm gonna say Cody.
All right. All right, Greg, you're next.
This is passing yardage, right?
Passing yardage.
Oh, gonna have to go 2 for 2. I backed him up on Alway. I'm backing him up on Cody.
What? I thought you go Tre Ford.
No, because I have yet to see Tre Ford actually, for lack of a better term, be a passer. And if he's playing in the etch-a-sketch offense, which I am now coining that term from Jordan McSimic, I don't know. Is the Edmonton offensive line as porous as it looked? I don't know. But, I mean, Cody can drop those deep balls in there. And, I mean, one deep ball from Cody, there's 40 yards. And then Tre Ford's going to need like 5, 6, 7 pass completions to even equal that, right? So, going with Cody for more passing yardage.
I thought I could get a Tre Ford answer out of you, Greg, but...
I mean, I love his playground football style. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know if that's going to do etch-a-sketch offense. So,
all right. Well, I'm going Cody Fajardo as well.
Okay, so
as much as that must pain you to say,
it's all good. it's all data analysis, right?
Okay. So, okay.
No emotions involved.
All right.
All right, Greg, you're up next. Will Vernon Adams Jr. play 12 games in the 2025 year? And when I say play, he has to throw at least one pass. He can't be dressed and just sitting on the sidelines. No, he has to be in the game where he passes at least one pass attempt. Doesn't even have to be completed.
Only one pass attempt? You're not going to say he has to be calling like 25 plays?
It's subjective. Like, is it 10 completions? Is it 5 completions?
No. To me, play a game, you start it and you come in and you're running. In his job, he's running the offense and he's doing it.
We can change it. It's 12 games as a starter or 12 games with a pass thrown.
How many games was he hurt last year? We know
on the wiki page, he actually was in the lineup 16 weeks. But remember, he was on the roster for 3 of them, and didn't even take a snap.
Yeah, but
that was the Rourke controversy. I mean, he was healthy.
Well, he was. They might as well put him in because they had no other quarterback, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Now, let's see.
After 1 week they cut Dolagala, so they might as well just put him on the roster because they had no one else. But he wasn't going to play.
Yeah. But so how many weeks was he healthy last year?
Well, if we say rumor, how many they brought?
I think he would have missed 4 to 5 weeks.
Okay.
So he would have played 13 games. Yeah, it was like he could have played 2 more games, 2 games earlier than when he actually went in for that
year-end Montreal
second half. No, to the second half. Remember the second half of that one game?
Yes,
that's right. Then it was just,
as much as I have grown to like VA as a player, as a leader, just as an overall person, I don't think he'll make 12.
All right.
Just because he is getting older, he is getting a little more banged up. I don't think he'll make 12.
So these questions we're going through the Western Division, but also I know these two brothers very well. These are questions targeting their emotional allegiances to certain players.
I'm a new podcaster this year. I have a new
Greg so far is
season hasn't started yet though. I'm keeping the lid on.
So Greg has been a biggest Tre Ford fan, and Roland too, from a Canadian perspective.
Yeah.
And I just never thought he's a decent player, a decent person. Just I don't know if he's gonna have that stability, the mental fortitude to dissect complicated defenses in the playoffs.
Yeah.
All right. So I think VA is going to get injured. New scheme. That OC is kind of new. Like, they had to swap out the OC. They have a new OC in at the last minute. Yeah. And I don't know about the running attack. So I am going to say no. I hope the best for Ferdinand Jr., but just not looking the way it's looking in the last few years. And he's getting injured, and we see it.
Yeah.
He's trying to get out of a tackle, and he's a big fighter.
Yeah.
And then he twists his knee and then goes down, or I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, Roland.
I'm going to say yes.
Of course you are.
And I'll give you the reasons. So last year, if Rourke was not here, he would have played 13 games, right? And he was hurt. So I think, all things being equal, then, he should be able to play at least 12. The other factor is that knowing his competitiveness, one or two of those games he might play hurt, and he'll convince the coach and just will it into existence, saying that he
might play hurt 5-6 weeks.
Yeah.
Knowing him.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to say yes. So
yeah.
It doesn't mean that he's healthy all 12 games, but I think he will play.
He'll gut it out.
Yeah.
Like the true leader he is, right, Roland?
Yeah.
All right, now it's back to me. Now we move on to Saskatchewan. Will Trevor Harris play, again, with the same criteria? He needs to have at least one pass thrown in 10 games in the 2025 year. And I'm saying no. This is going to be the year, apart from the BC Lions, the year of the backup quarterback in the Western Division.
Do we know how many games he was healthy last year?
He played quite a bit last year.
Yeah.
But I also know he's 39 years old.
Yeah.
And Greg, how good was your knee at 39?
A lot better than it is now, but at 39, no way I'm playing in the CFL at 39 with the knee I had. No, heck no. And my knees were never banged around like his ever. So
he's with Saskatchewan now, right?
He's with Saskatchewan.
And
the prior year, not last year, the year before, I think he was injured the first half.
Almost half the season, yes.
Yeah.
And then he was gone for most of the season, right? He came in at kind of the last third.
Yeah.
Last year he played, he was injured a little, but and then Shea Patterson took over for a bit, but he played most of the year.
Yeah.
But now he's 39.
Yeah. But a lot of people are pretty keen on Saskatchewan and their own line this year.
Just takes one crazy guy take a sack.
But 10 games.
It's going to be Micah Awe. To get the sack. That's all I'm saying. To get the sack. Not that particular way, but
I'm going to say yes, because 10 games is
all right.
It's just a little bit more than half the season.
It is.
And if he's got a good O-line in front of him, then his chances are good.
All right, Gregory.
Unfortunately, as much as I don't know who I have more disdain in my heart for as a CFL fan and as a Lion fan, the green and white or the blue and gold. With all due respect to Trevor Harris as a human being and as a guy earning a living for his family, unfortunately, he will play 10 games. And
okay.
Well, and I'm just saying that because it's going to make Saskatchewan that much better, which might make the West a little more tough for us to get over that hump that we've been trying to get over for a while. The Winnipeg speed bump's not as high because it's getting old, but that Saskatchewan speed bump based on how they handled us in the playoffs last year. And they look to have had the most continuity. They're not coming in with a new regime. It's the same voice coming down from the top. And those guys all bought in from day one, and they look like they bought. I mean, okay, other than the preseason game, but again, it's preseason. They look to have all bought in. So.
All right. Now it's to Roland first. Now we move across the prairies to Winnipeg.
Ugh. Is Blake still with us?
Blake's favorite team. Well, Zach Claros threw for more than 4,300 yards in the year 2025. Well, regular season only.
Yeah. In the second preseason game, I think he threw 2 long passes, and that was it, right?
He actually threw long passes? Wow.
Yeah. So I think he threw 2 deep balls. And then that was it for his game.
He called it a game. That's it. And I had enough. All right, I can still throw deep.
So based on that, I guess I'll say yes.
Wow, Roland. All right. Yes.
Yeah.
All right, Greg. 4,300 yards. Just give you a little hint, Greg. Just give you a little hint. He hasn't hit 4,300 yards the last 3 years. Yeah. Just so you know. Yeah.
So I really hope not, because
that's why the Buck Pierce offense that's balanced.
Yes, he's got great.
All right.
Who's their OC this year again?
I don't know. Some guy answered.
No. And I'm hoping it's a no, because I'm hoping most of the games he's flat in his back looking up.
There you go.
I should have taken that test to start the season.
This is the Greg I know.
That's for you, Blake.
This is the Greg I know and love. You go with your heart. I love that. And I'm going no as well.
All right.
Hey, Arthur and I agree. We better stop the podcast right now. We've agreed on more than
we have agreed more. Well, we have some interesting differences with all of us, so it's good. All right, Greg, you might have the toughest or easiest question to answer. First head coach to be fired in the CFL. It may not happen during the season.
No. We're talking.
But it might.
Yeah.
I have my answer ready to go.
I have mine too.
Am I going with my head? Or am I going with my heart?
Well, I mean, number one, there's 9 teams, and I would say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are relatively safe. So basically, it's 1 of 4. And out of those 4, there's like 1 or 2 new guys. So really, it's...
I'm thinking either Ottawa or Hamilton.
All right.
Is it Milanovic and Dice, right?
Correct. Blake, you still here? Come on, give us your prediction, Blake.
I'm gonna say the first coach to lose it. Yeah, I'm gonna say, because the coaches in the West are pretty safe, because they're 2 of them are new. I'm gonna say Bob Dice.
All right,
Bob Dice.
No. Yeah, because I mean I like him. I'm not a Milanovic guy, but I just have a feeling it might be Dice.
So for
I
those
got my
of you
philosophical glasses on here.
Those online in the live stream, let us know who you think too. The question that Arthur asked: who's going to be the first head coach fired?
Well, Greg, I don't think every Western Division coach is it's safe, and I know this will warm your heart when I say this name. Dave Dickinson will be the first head coach to be fired.
Okay, I'm good with that. I didn't want to take the obvious answer, because that's really going pure emotion on that one. My head couldn't,
When you're going to be the last place in the Western Division
again. Yeah. So
you will be. Yeah. Edmonton's improved. BC's gonna
finally
BC imploded and still had a 99 season. Winnipeg is still going to be good, and Saskatchewan's going to probably be the best team in the West. So
that's what everyone's saying.
But then
we'll prove them wrong.
Someone has to lose games in the Western Division. Someone has to lose. Like even CFF was going like, well, Saskatchewan's like 13-5, BC's 12-6, Winnipeg's like close. I'm like, who's losing? Someone has to lose games.
It's not all
and
the
Edmonton's going to be like 500. I'm like, okay, well, we can't, the East they have two really good teams in the East, right? So, I mean.
Well, I gotta be honest. When I said the coaches in the West, the only coach I thought it was BC, Edmonton, Saskatchewan, and Winnipeg. I totally didn't even think of Calgary. So
it's okay. We don't.
Has for Life as well. I guess it's that time of year already for the podcast. Glad you guys are back. Glad you're back to Habs for Life.
Habs for Life.
All right, so I guess
Arthur, be nice.
It's my turn.
Actually, hockey season's over for me.
So, my first guess was also Dave Dickinson, and I apologize to my brother-in-law in Calgary if you're watching this, because I know you have high hopes for the Stamps this year.
Oh boy! Well,
you and your brother-in-law have been having a tough time. The last couple of things going between you.
But I agree with Arts. VA is a huge upgrade for the team, but the team is still in rebuilding mode, and the patience, for winning, I think is razor thin now. So
I think they lost a lot of key players in the defense.
Yeah.
Can VA play that Dave Dickinson dink and dunk style?
He's gonna try. He might sacrifice his body to do so.
Well,
the question is
quicker.
Yeah, but then like when you have an injured VA that's not going 100%, sometimes that's not good for the team, right?
Nope.
Yeah.
Not that we've ever experienced that, but anyway.
Yeah. All right. I have Dave Dickinson.
Has for Life. I'm going to listen from the start in podcast form. Cheers and hope we win this week. Yes, 33-20.
Oh, a predicted score. All right. Wow.
Okay, good. I like that. All right. Thanks, Has for Life.
All right. So now it's my turn.
Okay.
Now we're going to get to the big prizes. The West Division's most outstanding player.
Well, Blake called it.
Yes, he did.
All right, guys.
Sean White, he said.
You guys know me. Who am I going to pick? You guys know who I'm going to pick.
Cody Fajardo.
Oh, come on. Come on. Nathan Rourke will be the Western Division most outstanding player.
Yeah. That's my choice too.
Across the board.
Contest there.
What?
Across the board.
Come on, Greg. I thought, where's the Saskatchewan love you have?
Right down there with the Winnipeg love I have.
And I couldn't even conjure a VA vote from out of Roland.
It's Dave Dickinson offense, man. You can't get outstanding out of a Dave Dickinson offense.
You can't have the head coach fired and the quarterback win MOP.
We're calling Dave Dickinson during the season. Okay. Wow.
All right, Roland. Eastern Division most outstanding player will be.
As much as I really don't like this guy.
Oh, no. No. Greg, we could ban him. Like, you can.
Well,
are you serious?
Is this going to hurt our listenership?
I'm looking at how people vote.
Yeah.
And the people who vote for him, don't have the same, feelings that we do.
Maybe that ingrown toenail will spread. I don't know.
Oh, Blake, if you're there, please stay. Please stay, Blake. This is just Roland. This is not Arthur and I. Blake, you listening?
Yeah, I didn't say his name. I'm just kind of reading.
The player that shall not be named.
Yes.
All right, Greg.
Ooh. Wynton McManus.
Next year, I'm gonna say no repeat answers. That's what we're gonna do next year.
First guy has an advantage.
Yeah, well, sometimes then we can see. Yeah, so the next year we'll do is because then I pick Rourke, then you guys pick Rourke, and it's too easy. But then you had to pick someone else. Then the Sean White vote would have come in potentially.
True.
All right.
Actually, can I have a runner up? So,
sure, why not?
Who I really want to see win, but I don't think he will, is Beaulieu Mitchell.
Beaulieu Mitchell?
A sentimental. Yeah.
No. I don't think that's Davis Alexander.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, that's a good answer. Good answer.
I mean, it's a big leap of an answer.
It's a big leap.
Yeah.
But he's going to be, the quarterback of the best team in the East. Toronto lost a lot of good players with their purge.
Yeah.
So we'll see. All right, Greg. Final question. The biggest question, the most important question of the year. Who is our 2025 Grey Cup champion?
This wasn't planned, was it, at all?
No, this is, just so happened you're the last. Yeah, it's the rotation. We could have had another question.
We're going to get evaluated on this at the end of the season, right?
We will be totally evaluated.
And do we get kicked out of the 3-down roast if?
No one's getting kicked out, but maybe we have a little wager.
No Beaulieu. Anyway, I'm going with the Lions.
Should have a little side wager.
I'm going BC Lions.
Whoa.
Yep. They're going to buy into Buck. Oh, that's my new saying for you Lions fans. Buy into Buck. Never mind this for the culture, all this. Buy into Buck.
Okay.
Yeah. No one's going to think it's going to happen. No one's going to expect it. We're going to probably finish second in the West, go into Saskatchewan, redeem ourselves, and win this thing in Winnipeg and finally get over that hump. There. Warring my intellect today.
Wow, that's... I hope you're right, Greg. Well, I think that's what Roland's going to say too, but...
Yeah.
I mean, who am I kidding? And there's nothing on the line. Well, what's on the line? What's our wager?
We have to eat a burger. Loser has to eat a burger.
I mean, loser has to eat a...
That's not a hard thing to do.
Come on, Ro, work with me here, man.
The Montreal Alouettes will be your 2025 Grey Cup champion.
Okay.
Behind Davis Alexander, the Eastern Outstanding Player.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think, they really should have won the Eastern Final. I'm not sure what happened. I'm not really sure what happened in, the second half of that game. Well, maybe the Toronto defense has really stood up, but I mean, they cut William Fletcher. I'm not sure, so I'm a little what's going on here? But they must have someone there that can do the job. The previous year they moved on from Stanback, right? And then Fletcher had all those touches. Anyways, Montreal.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Did Roland officially say BC? I mean,
now you got. I'm giving you 30 seconds, Roland.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people are saying Saskatchewan's going to be number 1 in the West. I'm not sure. I mean, I think there's a lot of hype on Saskatchewan. We had a lot of hype with BC at the beginning of last season too.
We did.
So
especially after Nathan signed.
Yeah, hype at the beginning of the season means nothing. It's how you play at the end of the season.
It's a 9-team league, like Arthur says.
Yeah,
I didn't. I didn't say that.
It's really how you finish, right?
Yeah. So we've got a dedicated coaching staff and ownership.
Well, we have the second worst facilities in the league, and by player anonymous player and anonymous opinions from the players, we have the second worst. In terms of how they support the players.
Yeah.
Facilities, cold food, warm food, or whatever. Goes a long ways. And you know who the bottom of the league was, right?
Calgary?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the top of the league were, the teams that win.
Yeah.
These things matter.
They do. And, I mean, we probably won't have new facilities by the end of the year, but I think they will make improvements. So I think as long as the players see that there's effort being done there, I think that'll go a long way towards addressing that morale issue.
But Roland, no sentimental VA pick for the Western Division MLP, and then the stamps for the championship with the VA leadership and intangibles.
No, he's too steep of a hill to climb there.
A bridge too far.
Too far, yeah. I'm going.
All
with
right,
BC.
so BC Lions for you.
BC, yes.
Oh boy.
I think we have no pressure this year. No one's expecting us to win.
That's my reasoning exactly, because
Rookie coach, right?
Who's
Rookie
been
head
there
coach
3 times. Mind you, there's a couple of those he yeah, well, that's okay. New regime. Buying the buck.
It's not his fault, man. 1 year they missed a field goal, right? The first time they got blocked, right? That's not on him. And then the next year, the defenses can hold, right?
Yeah. It's hard to.
And then when Zach was injured, he couldn't even throw the ball.
No, but they blamed this last one on Buck. Remember, like, why didn't he use Oliveira more?
But isn't this last one like Zach's hand?
Oh yeah,
he couldn't even grip the ball.
That's right. It was close, and he throws up a pick 6, then he throws up another pick, which became 6, and yeah, it kind of fell apart after he split his finger.
Well, who would you put in? It was whose call was that? Is it Buck's call or is that O'Shea's call?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
I mean, really, that's
ultimately it's O'Shea. You know, the buck stops at O'Shea, right?
No pun intended.
No pun intended. All right, I think that's it for our prediction show.
Yes.
I hope you guys are right and the Lions win.
So
I have the Lions with the worst record. Any last changes to any of your answers, guys? I'll give you one last chance.
Nope, standing strong.
I'll elevate my runner-up to replace the player who shall not be named. So Bo Levi
You're gonna have Bo Levi as your Eastern Division MLP.
Yes, I'm going with a heart there, as opposed to. Yeah.
This might cost you. Us.
All right. So we're gonna
lock
this in, and we'll post this on the YouTube comments, so it's all public.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Hey, why don't we have our listeners suggest what the wager should be? Throw that out there.
Okay. If you have any ideas on what the wager should be,
what are we wagering though? Is it on the Grey Cup champion? On the
no.
On
overall, how many you get right?
Okay, overall. Okay.
So they're all weighted equally, each question, right?
Well, I would say the Grey Cup champion should be 3 points.
Okay.
Well, it make
that I had to answer first. Thanks.
Actually, no. We'll make it equal because we never said it beforehand.
True.
So to make it fair, for next year, no repeat answers. So when someone goes Brice, then I have to make it every question will have to be open-ended.
Fair enough.
Then we cannot do repeats.
Yes.
So we can't get 3 Rourkes. Yeah, so I'll have to. But yeah, this is good. This is a good first try at the prediction game.
Okay.
We're gonna have speaking of prediction, we're gonna have a score for next week or this week.
We should.
Yeah. So
I guess.
What did Blake say? 33-20?
Or that was Habs for Life
said 33-20. Okay.
So I think BC will win. Let's see by how much.
I'm saying 24-21.
26-14 BC.
Huh. I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say 30-21.
For
BC.
Oh, come on. He's going 12-6. There's no way he's losing the first game. Yeah. All right.
With all due respect to my mom, hi Mom, we're going clean sweep here with BC victory over her beloved.
So Roland, you have what, 30?
30-21.
30-21 BC. I'm writing it down in the production sheet.
Okay.
Since I have it up.
Yes, we'll post this up too.
And Greg, you had
26-14.
26-14.
Yep.
Oh.
They'll give up a touchdown in garbage time because I'm not going to say it. I just want to make sure our defense is flying to the football and smacking people. None of this learn how to tackle halfway through the season this year.
All right. Okay, great. So that was a great first preseason. I guess it's our second episode because we had one earlier a couple of months ago, but it's actually it feels like it's our first one for this season. Yeah, exciting to be to be back in the CFL season again. So as Greg said earlier, if you have any thoughts on what you think our wager should be, let us know in the comments. Otherwise, we'll see you next week after the game. It'll be, I guess we don't know yet. Either a Sunday or Monday night, right? Those are the two choices.
Yes, I think Sunday is fine with me.
Okay.
So either nights are good. So then the game's on Saturday.
Yeah. So then let's say Sunday then. Mm-hmm. So it'll be a Sunday night.
The treasure trove that we have of fans will continue to follow us on Sunday because we just have millions and millions and millions of fans that come Sunday.
Awesome. Yes. If you like what you see, please like and give us a like and also subscribe to our channel. Take care, everyone. Have a great week and go Lions. We'll see you.
Go Lions.
All right, go Lions.
Next week. Okay.
See you.
Bye-bye.